it's about 60% of total visitation that comes through the airport. The balance is mostly drive-in traffic from Southern California.
So in your mind, I mean, as you start to think about reopening in the business that can get there, there's going to be a percentage of people who want to fly. Of those 60%, there's going to be a percentage of people who are going to be willing to drive. So what's your expectation in terms of what this new normal could look like for Las Vegas in the coming months?
I think it really is tied to the amount of seat capacity coming in through the airport. I think the weekends are going to be quite strong for Las Vegas, driven mostly by the Southern California drive-in traffic. I think the biggest question is what's going to happen midweek. And midweek is where you see the very, very important group meeting and convention business, which can drive 50 to 90% of Vegas's capacity.
In terms of the convention business, I mean, how far out typically are conventions booked? And is it your sense? I mean, you work at a big bank, and banks typically have conventions and conferences. And how many months in advance does one have to plan for a conference where it's a destination conference and people have to book travel? I'm just trying to get a sense of when we're going to start seeing that side of the business pick up.
It's going to take longer than the leisure side, probably by at least 6 months. If you go back to pre-COVID, if you were a group meeting and convention planner, you might need to book during peak periods 2 to 3 years in advance to get the space that you want. Finding space, convention space in Las Vegas, beginning really in the fourth quarter and into the first quarter of next year, isn't going to be a problem. I think that the issue is going to be not only seat capacity, but right now there's a maximum or there's a cap on mass gatherings of only 50. So bear in mind that conventions can be attended by 100,000 people or more in Las Vegas. So there has to be some regulatory tailwind as well.
In your space, Harry, I'm wondering if you lean more towards perhaps casino stocks with more exposure to China, for instance. I mean, China has the benefit in this respect of being a little bit ahead of the United States on the pandemic curve in terms of getting back to normal, reopening things, and normalization of public attitude towards travel?
That's a great question. And China, both China and the U.S. regional casinos have been the sectors that we've been advising investors to overweight really for the past couple of months, because we felt like between those markets opening up sooner and them having a higher percentage of drive-to customers, that they would rebound the quickest. And Macau certainly falls into that category. I think that the casinos in Macau will reopen within weeks. And when they do, the casinos, given the demand from Guangdong province, should be so strong that the cash flows are positive from day one.